Guys, another masterclass performance from Mohamed Kudus today for Tottenham Hotspur in preseason. Mohamed Kudus, Kudus, Kudus. Look, I watched that game and I was impressed. I like whatever he did on the ball. Today, he performed very well because he was efficient. He was not always on the ball, but anytime he was on the ball, something was happening. And I liked what he did off the ball. So please, if you did not watch the game, don't worry. I'm here to explain things to you. It would be like you actually watch the game. So please watch till the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. And also, when Mohamed Kudus performs very well and plays very well for Tottenham Hotspur, we have a tradition here. We comment Kudus. Quickly, let's jump into it and talk about Mohamed Kudus and also Tottenham Hotspur. Today, Tottenham Hotspur played 2 games in preseason. The first game was against Wycombe Wanderers, where Tottenham Hotspur and Wycombe Wanderers played a 2-2 draw. Mohamed Kudus did not feature in that game, but you will get other senior players like Heung-min Son and also Pape Matissa, amongst many others, played in that game. I watched that game because I wanted to see what Tottenham were all about and what they were going to do come next season. So that game was cool. It was all right. But then what I was waiting for was the second game that was between Tottenham Hotspur and Luton Town. And my star boy, your star boy, Mohamed Kudus, was starting in that game. So guys, I was really excited. I was in my chair and I was shouting Kudus, Kudus, Kudus. Guys, comment Kudus. Quickly, let's jump into it and talk about that game. Now, I was really excited because I wanted to see what else would Mohamed Kudus do in that game. What way is he going to play in the game? But when the game began, I noticed he was being deployed on the right-hand side. I got confused because Brennan Johnson was also in the starting lineup, but then he was deployed on the left-hand side. Normally, Brennan Johnson plays on the right-hand side. So I was a bit confused. I was like, okay, is the coach trying to tell us that Mohamed Kudus now would be playing on the right wing? Because in the previous game, he played on the right wing. This game, he played on the right wing. If the coach is using Mohamed Kudus there, definitely is giving us an indication that that is what the coach is going to do come next season. And Kudus did not disappoint. We are going to come to that. Let's talk about how that game went. One thing I noticed from that game was that Kudus was not taking set pieces. In the previous game where he played 45 minutes, he was taking all the set pieces. The corner kicks, the free kicks, it was all Mohamed Kudus. But this time around, in the game against Luton Town, he wasn't the one. It was Matisse Tell. He was the one taking all the free kicks, all the corner kicks. I was wondering why, but I think I understand why the coach did that. You understand? He wants to give other players the opportunity to see who is actually good at it. And one thing I noticed when Mohamed Kudus is not taking set pieces was that anytime there is a set piece, be it corner kick or free kick against Tottenham Hotspur, Mohamed Kudus is the shield. Mohamed Kudus is the first line of defense. And you can see some of the pictures here because it looks like that was the ball that was given to Mohamed Kudus in the game. And it happened several times in the game. So I understood certain things Mohamed Kudus was expected to do in the game. But one thing I was quite impressed with was with his off-the-ball work. Mohamed Kudus today was pressing. He made a lot of rounds. I liked it. I liked it because his interceptions and everything were so smooth today. I liked it from Mohamed Kudus. These were things that a lot of West Ham fans were complaining about when he was playing for West Ham just the end of the season. He's doing that in Tottenham Hotspur, and I like the way he's putting in an extra shift every single time he was without the ball, and it was just very nice to see. But then Mohamed Kudus in that game created some of the big chances in the game. Exactly in the 9th minute in the first half, Mohamed Kudus told everyone, I'm here, with a very brilliant chance. He told everyone, I am here. Kudus is here. Guys, comment, Kudus. Look, he made everybody know he was in the stadium. And the fans were chanting, they were chanting Kudus. I'm like, yes, that is my boy. Yes. That 9 minutes, I was like, okay, Kudus is about to do something. Kudus did his best. But what annoyed me a lot, I'm using the word annoying because most of the balls were going to the side of Brennan Johnson. And he was squandering the chances, getting dispossessed several times. And I was expecting the players to share the passes evenly. Give some to Mohamed Kudus and give some to Brennan Johnson. But in the first half, most of the balls were going to Brennan Johnson and he was squandering it. Every single time that 1 or 2 or 3 of the balls went to Mohamed Kudus, you know that he's about to do something. And he did something in the game, especially in the first half. Some of the big chances that were created, it came from Mohamed Kudus. The dribbling, oh my goodness, I don't want to even talk about it. The dribbling today, I don't want to even talk about this. Guys, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can go and watch the game. Because if I say I want to put the video here, copyright will catch me. They'll hold me by my neck. So please, I'm going to leave a link in the description and also in the pinned comment so you can go and watch how Mohamed Kudus was dribbling today. Another one. See, comment, Kudus. Look, I was really excited. I like what he did in the game. But there was something I did not like. Let me tell you something. Look, Tottenham Hotspur's right back, Spence. Look, you are a right back. When you get the ball, do not waste time on it. I saw it in the first half, and I saw it in large part of the second half. Anytime he receives the ball, he wants to take 1 or 2 or 3 more touches before he passes the ball. And anytime he's passing, he's making either a back pass or a square pass. Meanwhile, Mohamed Kudus is right in front of you. So what are you thinking? In the first game, you did the same thing. You were supposed to score a ball to Mohamed Kudus to score. You did not do that. Today, like, the mistakes were too much. And if this is the guy Mohamed Kudus is going to play with at that right flank, I feel pity for Mohamed Kudus because the guy was not giving him the balls. There were instances where I felt like he should have been giving Mohamed Kudus options because when Mohamed Kudus is on the ball, you need to give Mohamed Kudus option overlap or underlap. He was not doing any of those things. When Spence has that ball, he wants to dribble. Right back, you want to dribble. You have a dribble monster just right in front of you. You want to dribble. To show who, what? Give the ball to Mohamed Kudus to do wasting. So if it came to something I did not like the game, it was what the right back Spence was doing in the game. He was wasting too much time on the ball. And I felt like he affected Mohamed Kudus even at a point in the game because 1 or 2 times in the game, he was offside. Because the ball was supposed to go earlier. But Spence is wasting time on the ball. He wants to dribble. He wants to get extra touches on the ball before he passes the ball to Kudus. Before that happens, offside. So that is what I do not like about the game. But other than that, it was cool. Kudus played 76 minutes. And some of the things he did in that game is going to blow your mind. I'm sad for those who did not watch the game because maybe my explanation will not do justice. My explanation will not explain in details what Mohamed Kudus did in the game for Luton Town. He's not the guy that had most of the ball. He's not the guy that was the main stage of the game. But trust me, every single time he was on that ball, you know that this is quality. When he was out, the fans, the Luton fans wanted to touch Mohamed Kudus. Some were asking for a picture when he was substituted out in the 76th minute. They were like, oh my God, this boy is a baller. Kudus. Baller. Guys, he's a baller. Like what I saw today, I'm impressed. And you see, this is what I talked about in my previous video. Consistency. This is what we want from Mohamed Kudus. Consistency. And today, I think if not for anything, the coach would like what Mohamed Kudus did. If the full squad comes in full cycle, Kudus is going to get a position in that team and start ahead Brennan Johnson. Because what Brennan Johnson played today, I believe Kudus can play on the left, can play on the right, can play in the middle, can play as a false 9. So Kudus brings a lot to that team that Brennan Johnson does not bring. Because today, at left wing, he was fumbling. He was fumbling. And in the most of the balls were going to him, he was fumbling. Kudus, when Kudus gets the ball, you see 4, 5, 6, 7 players around him, but still he was getting things done. Mohamed Kudus was getting things done. And it was so amazing to see how he did all of those things. So I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to blow the horn of Mohamed Kudus too much, but I like what he did. And if you watch the game like I did, it's not like we are sugarcoating stuff, but you could see Kudus did not get much of the ball, but any single time he was on the ball, he was efficient with the ball. It's what you do with the ball, even with the little, time you have on the ball. Nobody cares about how long you were on the ball. At the end of the day, what did you do with the ball? That's what we are talking about. That's what Mohamed Kudus did. And I loved it. I watched it. I loved it. I can't wait for the next game. The next game is against Arsenal. It's going to be interesting. I just want to see how Mohamed Kudus treats the Arsenal defense, disturbs the Arsenal defense because we are coming. Kudus FC is coming. Comment Kudus. Look, Kudus is a baller. I'm not going to lie to you. He did not score a goal today. He did not give an assist today. But what I can be proud of is his football has improved. He's creating more chances. It's not like he's not even selfish in the game anymore. He gets the ball. He dribbles 1, 2, 3. He's giving that pull out. He's crossing the ball, making sure that anyone who is in that penalty box has a clear chance to score a goal. He did it several times in the game. I liked it. Tottenham have a very good player on their hands. Kudus is going to play an important role for Thomas Frankham next season. Tottenham Hotspurs, they should treat Mohamed Kudus well because they have a very good player on their hands. He was tracking back. He was doing things. Oh, my goodness. Look. So, guys, this is what I saw in that game. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. As I said, today he did not take any free kicks. He did not take corner kicks. He was not near the set pieces at all. It wasn't him. Tell took everything. And I was like, okay, maybe it's an instruction from the coach. But rather, he was line of defense anytime there's a set piece against Tottenham Hotspur. Like, these were few things I noticed in the game. But then, other than that, Kudus, he had a fine game. 0-0 draw, but Kudus was my man of the match. He put up a magnificent performance, a masterclass performance for Tottenham Hotspur. And I respect him very much for the performance he put up. I just want to see what he will do against Arsenal because Arsenal is no joke. If Kudus can play against Arsenal, PSG should run. If Kudus can play against Arsenal in their next game, PSG, bam. Guys, this is where I'm going to end it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. Comment Kudus.